If you want to turn your financial data that comes in a weird format into something actually usable and updatable for a dashboard, here's how. What's going on, everybody? I'm Jack Tompkins with Pineapple Consulting Firm, always trying to help the small business world become more data-driven. We've got a tactical one today. This is a how-to. So we deal with a lot of financial data, and if you deal with financial data, you know it comes in sort of a horizontal format, right? It's every month is its own column. That's not really easy to update. It's not really practical for easy updates or dashboard format. So what we're going to walk through is translating that horizontal format into vertical format, where it is very easily updatable and very easy to translate into a dashboard so you can have some automation involved. So this is called database format, and I'll walk you through. Let's jump into a balance sheet example. Okay, so here is our financial data. This is balance sheet data, obviously fake data, but most financial data, especially from QuickBooks or QuickBooks Desktop, comes in this format where each month is its own column. And this, like we said, not easy to update, not easy to get into a dashboard, right? So we need to turn it into something that looks like this, where we've got all our accounts here, our dates here, our amounts here. And if you scroll down, let's jump down. We're now into February, and everything just keeps going down this way. This is super updatable. This is what dashboards like. This is how they read data in this vertical format. And this is also how you compare against projections. You can do all sorts of stuff with this formatted data. It's a lot more flexible than this. So let's jump in. First thing that we're gonna do, we need all of our accounts here. So for our accounts, I'm gonna type account in here. And we are going to link it, just a simple equals formula, to assets there. We know that this data is going to come in a regular format, so we can link it just directly to A6. And then let's go all the way. We've got 38 rows. Let's just go to 50, make it a nice round number. And then I'm going to delete those. Okay, so we're good to 50. So all those are linked now. Next, we need a time frame. And so this is where we're getting this date column here in this good example. So in order to make this flexible, we're gonna grab the minimum and we're gonna go in here. We're gonna do this whole row. Just give me the minimum of the whole row. Again, this data is gonna come in consistently in this format, which is great, just not a good format for dashboarding. So let's grab the minimum. You can see it's already suggesting it's gonna be January 2024, which is correct. And this section up here, this first section, this first month is gonna be a little bit different. So I'm just doing equals that minimum, and then we're just going to drag this equals all the way down until we hit our last formula in row 50. Okay, so all those are going to be January 2024. And now we need the amount. So next, this is just an index. We're going to do an index match match. So we need to look at this whole area, and I'm going to grab all of this. As you can see, we stop in June 2025. We know there's at least 6 more months of the year. So let's just keep going all the way to the end. And then I'm just going to go down. I'm just going to Control Shift down, get to our last account, give it some more breathing room. Let's go to 60 here. Okay, I'm going to lock that. So that way, if there's more accounts that come in, more months that come in, we've got them covered. Now we need to find the row. So for the row, we need to match what we're looking at here. And assets is going to be a bad example because that's a 0, but this is still the formula. You'll see how it works. So we're going to match that, and then we're going to look in this section over here. So let's go back down to it has to be the same size. So A5 to 60, A5 to 60, perfect. Let's lock that, 0. And now we just need to find the time frame. So we're gonna look that up. We can lock that as well. We're gonna jump back to balance sheet, jump up here, and then all of this is what we're gonna highlight. So let's just keep going. There we go. So we're gonna look across the top to get the month, and that'll be our column. We're looking across the column A to get our row. Like I said, there's nothing here. Let's just copy this down, make sure it works. Okay, perfect. So we've got some values. Let's see, total, there's a total bank accounts is at 17,319. This is a good first check, 17,319. Okay, perfect. So this looks like it's working. So we're gonna come back here and I'm gonna copy this formula down for everything else. There we go. NAs are fine. If we want to get rid of them, it's actually recommended. Let's throw an if error in the beginning, and then we'll just make it 0. So if it does error out, which is going to happen a lot here, then we just have zeros. Okay, so that's the first section. That's sort of the hard one. And now we have to make one more section, and then we just copy and paste for everything. So in here, we're just going to link directly to our previous section. For this, for the time frame section, we are going to do an index. We're just going to find the next one, the next month. We know what it is, so you could do this with a different formula, but we're going to look in row 5 here. Our row is always going to be that row 1 because we're just going to try and move column by column. We don't care about any other rows. So our column, we're going to use the match function. And we are going to match this up here, the very first one, the equivalent one. We're going to match that in this same balance sheet raw, row 5. Lock that. We actually need to unlock this first one. There we go, comma 0. And now that would give us January 2024. So we're just going to hit +1, and that'll give us February 24. Let's see. There we go, February 2024. Now we can use the same index formula, copy that down. Of course, it's going to be blank, but if we copy this, let's just keep going for however many rows this is. You can see this just keeps working. We have some NAs in there because we left a space between January and February, but all of this is now copy and pastable, and we are good to go. You could extend this for the entire range, and you have the full 2 years in vertical database format. And this links up very easily with an N dashboard and makes it truly in database format. So usually we're talking dashboards on this channel. A big piece of that is actually the back end stuff that you have to do to make it into something that's actually a usable dashboard. This is a really important thing. A lot of data, whether it's automated or not, comes in that horizontal format. Making that in that long database format is really crucial. So this is a really important step. And ideally your data comes in automated as is, but Gemini and Google can't do this yet as I speak today. So this is a really important skill to learn the formulas to make this super easy and repeatable. Hope you enjoyed. Feel free seriously to reach out if you have any questions at all. We love this stuff.